So if Q is equal to A, B, C, which is our set A, B, C, how many subsets can be obtained from the set Q, right? So the set Q, there's a little law for this, right? So number, I want red ink, hold on. Write this down in red, please. Number of subsets.
So this is 2016, right?
2018, 218. Number of subsets in a set with n elements. Wait, mistake. Elements would be equal to 2 to the power of n. All right? 2 to the power of n. Okay? So n will be the number of elements in the set. How many elements do we have in Q up here, my children?
3.
So it will be 2 to the power of 3. My answer here will be C. Right? 2 to the power of 3 is actually equal to 8, right? So let me show you something quick. The subsets that we can get from the set, the empty set is always a subset of any given set, right? So we have the empty set, then you actually have the single elements, which is A, then B, then C, then you have set subsets with 2 elements in it. So you have A, B, then you have BC. Now A, B, and BC are the same thing, right? So if you have AB, you have BC. Sorry, if you have AB, you have BA, right? AB and BA are the same thing. BC and CB are the same thing, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you have A and C. We didn't do that. And then the set itself is a subset, right? So ABC is a subset of ABC, right? Everybody clear here? Subsets. Proper thing. All right, so we're going up. I don't think 11 down here. Right, so 11. Right. Which of the following is empty? Right, so we're looking at these things up here. Which of the following is empty, right? So P will be prime numbers. Do we have prime numbers that are odd numbers and vice versa, guys? Yeah, plenty prime numbers that are odd numbers. Do we have prime numbers that are even numbers? Huh? There's only one number that is prime and even. Who can tell me what that number is? Let me see what the brain is.
Number 2.
Very
Number
good.
2.
All the paying attention, man. All the paying attention. 2. So we actually have a prime number that's even and vice versa, right? Now, the only thing that don't mesh here will be there are no odd numbers that are even, right? This don't mesh. So let's see what's going on here. So they said empty set means there are no elements in it, right? So P intersect R, yes, they are prime. Well, there is a prime number that is even. So this is actually, it have an element in it. So this can't hold. Then P union R, union obviously not because union will be all the elements in the set. Then P intersect Q. Yes, there are a lot of numbers that are prime, well, that are prime and odd, right? And then Q intersect R. Are there any odd numbers that are even? No. So my answer would be Q intersect R. That's the only set that would be empty. There are no numbers that are odd and even at the same time. Are we clear here, my children? Rishana again, Shreya, sister? All y'all lagging, huh? Am I lagging?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Not really. Like
Sometime.
every once in a while.
That's fine,
but
ma'am.
you're not-
That's fine. I just something a minute in there. Hold on, I give me a second. This one is the best one. Whoop, whoop. Right, there we go. If P and P and Q are two sets where N, the number of elements, meaning the number of elements in P union Q is equal to 13, and the number of elements in P intersect Q is equal to 6, and the number of elements in P is 9, they want you to find the number of elements in Q. So there's a standard formula for this, right? So the formula will be number, that letter N means number of elements in P union Q is equal to the number of elements in P plus the number of elements in Q minus the number of elements in P intersect Q, right? That is the standard formula for this, right? So if we were to plug in the numbers that we have here, we have P union Q as 13, right? So let's write in our formula on the side. Well, I'm writing out the equation. So I'll have 13 is equal to the number of elements in P is actually 9, plus the number of elements in Q we don't know, and minus the number of elements in P intersect Q is actually 6. So what you can do here, you can actually do 9 minus 6 on the right-hand side. 9 minus 6 would give me 3. So you'll have 3 plus N of Q, right? Now, what you need to do is you need to take this 3, carry it here, minus it. So you'll have 13 minus 3 is equal to the number of elements in Q. Algebra is being used here, right? 13 minus 3 would give me 10. 10 is equal to the number of elements in Q. That will be B. Right, so write down that formula that's in red, please. Cristiano, write down that formula. Nice. That we talk about. We didn't come here to lose, brother. We come here to win. Here we go. So, Katin, see if I can do it. We're reading it together, right? A man's taxable income is $20,000. This was what he pays. He pays tax at a rate of 28%, right? That's the rate that big man paying tax at, right? 28%. The amount, I don't know why these things missing on the edge here. The amount of income tax he pays is, so the amount of income tax, if he pays tax at a rate of 28%, we just need to find how much the tax is, right? So it'll be 28 over 100 multiplied by 20,000. Okay, what can happen here? By these zeros cancel here, and we'll just have 28 multiplied by 200, right? So I put my work in here. It's going to be 200 multiplied by 28. Right? When you multiply this, you get 2 by 0, 0, 2 by 0, 0, 2 2s are 4. You put another 0 here. 8 by 0, 0, 8 by 0, 0, 8 by 2 would give me 16. When you add these two things together, you will get 5,600. You have to add these, right? That will be my income tax. My answer is C. Right? Paper 1 questions. CSEC Mathematics Paper 1, right? Where Yuvraj? Yuvraj in class? Yuvraj? Well, Yuvraj not here. There we go. Something's missing on the end here. This is supposed to be week 4 overtime. What is this? For that week. Right. So let me read. A man's basic wage for a 40-hour week is $160. He is paid $5 per hour for overtime. $5 per hour for overtime, right? If he works 6.5 hours overtime in a certain week, his wage for that week is, so we have to find out the overtime, right? So if it's 6.5 hours, it'll be 6.5 multiplied by 5 because it's 5 hours he's making. What you can do in this situation, you multiply 6 by 5, you'll get 30, right? And you're going to add that to half of 5. Half of 5 is $2.50. So my overtime will actually be $32.50. Right? $32.50. But how much did he make in basic wage? How much the basic wage was here, guys? Let me see you following. What's the basic wage?
160.
Excellent. So his wage for that week would be 160 plus
32.50.
Right? And that will give me one. 50291. $192.50. Right? Can't go wrong. $192.50. How's it looking? For those who don't understand how I get that 32.50, what I did, if you have 6.5 multiplied by 5, a hack is you actually have to multiply 6 by 5, and you also have to multiply the half by the 5, right? A half of 5 is 250. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. So that's where I get the 30 plus the 250 from, right? Okay? So we're moving down. On to number 15. On to number 15. Are you trying them? Or are you just waiting for me? Mia. Are you trying?
Yes, sir, reading the question. No.
All right, I'm going to start to give you 1 minute. 1 minute to try. 1 minute, quick. All right, run it again. If you want to change US to TT, $1 US is 6 TT dollars. If you want to go from US to TT, you multiply. If you're going from TT back to US, you're going to divide. And when you divide 15, you take the 15 TT, you divide it by the $6, and you will get $2.50. That's how much US you get tonight. This is US dollars. Right? So we're going down. The annual interest rate on a 15-year mortgage on a house assessed at a value of $450,000 is 5 cents on every dollar, right? what is the interest paid on the mortgage for the first year, right? So the annual interest rate for, so this 15 year had nothing to do with the question, eh? They just want to know the interest paid for the first year. So the house is assessed at a value of that, and they said that the annual interest is 5 cents on every dollar. So 5 cents is actually 0.05 multiplied by 450. So you need to multiply 5 cents by the 450,000, right? One of the questions we did above. 5 cents as a fraction would be what, boy? You could help me out here. 5 cents as a fraction. I reason this. 5 cents as a fraction would be what? 5 over 10 or
10.
5 over 100?
After 5 over 10, eh?
No.
100.
No, 100.
Right? Because 0.05, this is a tenths value, this is a hundredths value, right? Okay? Point to note, right? We cover and we crossing all the T's, we dotting all the I's. Point to note, 5 cents is not this, eh? This is not 5 cents. How much cents this is? Who can tell me how much cents this is if I have 0.5? 50 cents, right? 50 cents. This is not 5 cents, okay? So this will be wrong to use. So like cross out some zeros here now. So we're going to have 4,500 multiplied by 5. So we're going 0, 5 by 0, 0, 5 by 0, 0. 5 5s are 25. You're going to put 5 here, and you're adding 2 to what you get when you multiply 4 by 5. 4 by 5 will give me 20. 20 plus 2 would be? My answer is B. Proper thing. Right? Ishan, you good there?
Yes, sir.
Come here to win, bro. You can come here to lose. Scrolling down. Right, let go. Mary invested $200 for 5 years at 5% per annum. John invested $500 at the same rate. So that means John paying 5% to it, don't get wax. It's the same rate. Okay? If they both receive the same amount of money in simple interest, how many years did John invest his money for? So let's find out the simple interest first for Mary, right? So you can remind me what the simple interest formula is, boy. What simple interest is?
Principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time all over 100.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself one time. Let me go. So my principal will be 200 multiplied by my rate, which is 5. Remember, I deal with Mary, eh? Multiplied by my rate, my years, which is 5 years. So this will be what by over 100. These zeros cancel. 2 by 20 by 5 is 10. 10 by 5 is 50, right? So $50 dollars would be Mary's interest, right? They're saying that this is a simple interest. It's the same simple, I'll make that like a 5 by. It's the same simple interest of both Mary and John. Now there's a formula that we use to find time, right? So time would actually be equal to simple interest multiplied by 100 over rate multiplied, principal multiplied by rate. Principal multiplied by rate. I given you all the formulas one time. If you want to find principal is equal to, should I write this in red, boy? Or bell this out in red. Yeah, your original simple interest formula, write on that. And I give you all these formulas to be written in red. All right? So this is like the formulas you get from the simple interest formula. The main formula is simple interest is equal to principal by rate by time over 100. That's the main formula. Then principal will be equal to simple interest multiplied by 100 over the other two, which is the rate and the time. And then rate is equal to simple interest multiplied by 100 over principal by time. And then if you want to find time, time is equal to simple interest multiplied by 100 over principal by rate. So we actually using the last one, right, Cristiano? So we're using the last one. So let me allocate for space. Hey, by the way, this is how it's going to be in all exam. You gotta be looking for space to work, Mia. They don't give you additional paper to do workings on. So you could actually scroll up. I want to show you a little skills here. You could actually scroll up and find a space up here and work. CSEC don't care where you put your working on this paper. They're not marking this paper. You see here, man? They're not marking this paper. They don't care.
Yes, sir.
About you. CSEC does not care about your working for your multiple choice. So put it anywhere, right? So let me go. I'm doing time, right? I put in back time here. Time is equal to simple interest multiplied by 100 over principal by rate, right? So my simple interest was what by 50, right? 50 multiplied by 100 over my principal. Now that's John's principal we're dealing with there, guys. John's principal is 500 and it's the same rate. The question said it at the same rate, so same 5%. So let's start to cancel things here. The 0 can cancel here, the 0 cancels here. So if we work out the numerator, you'll get 5 by 10, which is 50, and 5 by 5, which is 25. 25 into 50 is what, my children?
2.
2. No. So my answer here will be 2 years. Now I actually want you all to write down these things, especially these formulas what I have written in red. My answer here is E. A salesman sells a car at $11,000, right? If he is paid a commission of 4.5% for the first 10,000, right? So big man is paid 4.5%, which is 4.5 over 100 multiplied by 10,000, right? That is what big man is paid for the first 10,000, right? So we could work on this. We don't even have to read the second part of the question yet, right? These zeros cancel. It'll be 4.5 multiplied by 100, which means you're moving your point twice to the right. So this here would be 450, right? 450 would be how much he made on the first 10,000, but he made a little extra. He said 11,000. So they said it's 7.5 on the remainder, which would only be, how much is the remainder? If we don't do 4.5 on the first 10,000, how much is the remainder if he sold $11,000 in cars?
1,000.
1,000 proper thing. So it'll be 7.5 over 100 because it's 7.5% multiplied by 1,000, which is the remainder. What we're doing here, boys, zeros cancel here. And 7.5 multiplied by 10, you move this point once here, boom. So this will be 75. So let me add these two now, brothers and sisters. What are we getting here? 525. When we add the two commissions together, his total commission, the commission he receives will be $525. Right? Proper thing. Okay? Makeda, you get that?
Yes, sir.
Nice. How we talk about? Well, excuse me, I know eating for the day, you know. Whole day I doing lessons since I come home. Right, we're going up. Up and up.
Sir,
Yeah?
when are you going to do paper trees again?
Paper trees?
Yeah.
We could do one weekend. We'll do one weekend.
Okay.
Right? A television set costs $350 cash. When bought on hire purchase, right? So he paid $350 cash. When bought on hire purchase, a deposit of $35 is required, right? Followed by 12 monthly payments of $30. How much is saved by paying cash? All right? Somebody tell me what to do here, boy. I don't know what to do. What to do here, boy? Why multiplying here? Somebody help me now. Why working out?
You will multiply the 12 by the 30.
30.
12 multiplied by 30. That's
And
all
then
you have purchase price will be.
Plus 35.
And then
Plus
plus 35.
You have to add what he paid down, right? Or his deposit, right? 12 by 30 is what, boy? That will be 360. 360 plus 35, right? That'll give you 59395, right? 395 would be his higher purchase price. So if Big Bro paid cash, right? How much he would have saved? All I have to do is what?
Take away 350.
Property, right? So you have 5, then you have 45. $45 is saved by buying this cash money. Everybody good here? Ariel, how it looking?
Good, sir.
Samara, how it looking?
Good, sir.
All right. What we doing here, right? So let's go back to this, right? Because I wasn't recording, of course. So Mr. Jones bought a car for 64,000 and the car depreciates by 20,000 in the first year, right? And 10,000 in each year after that. They want the value of the vehicle after the second year. I found 80% of 64,000. I just minus 20,000 from 100,000. So I found 80% of the 64,000. I got 51,200, right? Now this is a new 100%. Okay, this is your new 100% or your new value at the end of the first year. So it went down by a 10% for the second year. So you could just find 90% of this bad boy. You're finding 90% of this. 0 cancels here, 0 cancels here. So I'm doing 5120 multiplied by 9. What we getting here? 9 by 0, 0, 9, 2s are 18. Put the 8 here, add 1 to this. 1 by 9 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Pass 0 here. You're adding 1 here now again. 9 5s are 45. 45 and 1 will be 46.
46.
So my answer here would be 46,080. Hello with me?
Yes, sir.
We going there? Right, what kind of bacchanal is this? All right, isn't it there? One over 5x plus 2 over 3x. What's my LCM here, boy? You could tell me what my LCM is.
15x squared.
15x squared. Nah, that's 15x, bro.
15.
Right.
Because 5x could go into 15x.
Oh yeah, the lowest one. Yeah.
Yeah, but good try though. Very good try, Ishan. So there we go. We're doing 5x into 15x would give me 3. You're multiplying that 3 by 1. 1 by 3 would give me 3. 3x into 15x would leave me with 5. You're multiplying that 5 by 2, and you will get 10. So this answer here will be equal to 13 over 15x. Everybody good there? We good there, my children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody need to write? Right, let go. Who would win the Algebra League now? Or you can do this for me. All right. So for 23 index laws, if you have a to the n power multiplied by a to the n, you simply have to add the powers if it is the same base. Once it is the same base, you add the powers. All right? So we go in. Well, obviously, I had to multiply the coefficients of x squared and no, it's not 2. This is 3. This is going to be 3x to the second power multiplied by 2x to the third power. So multiply the whole numbers first. What would we get?
6.
6.
6.
We get 6.
6
And
to
then
the 5.
add the powers, 6x to the power of
5.
5.
Answer here would be
6x to the 5.
8. Proper thing. For this one here, guys, I just reiterating again. I took the 5, I carried it to the right, I divided it. That's how I got 7. Then I carried the 1 to the other side. I did the opposite of minus, which is to add. And then I carried the 2 to the right, and I divided instead of multiplying, right? We go in here now. Binary operations, right? So they said given that 3 asterisk 6 is equal to 12, and 2 asterisk 5 is equal to 9, then A asterisk B may be defined by which one here? So we actually have to test it. So let me test 3 asterisk 6 in this one here. It simply means that A is equal to what, guys? What A would be? What A is equal to?
3.
So for the first one, A is 3 and B is 6. For the second one, A is 2, B is 5. So let me test this one. 3, no, that'll be 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 by 4 is 12. That will. Let me do this one now. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So this guy will this one wrong, right? This one, A squared. So 3 3s are 9. 9 minus 6 would not give me 12. This one can't work. 6 by 3, 6 3s are 18. 18 minus 6 will give us 12. And then 6 by 2 is 12. 12 minus 9 is that. You know what I would do? I wouldn't even test the last one. But let me test it. 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 5 is
9.
boom to the bang. The CSEC wicked though. The last one they pass the answer by. So that means I do the working for all I know, Kyle. All I know. You almost killed my life there, yes? That is, I don't want for too long. Right, let go. 30 seconds. Because that's about how long you have to do these questions, eh? 30 seconds. 81 people on the live. Now, you know this, guys. Like for an equation now, when A is subtracted from a certain number, right? So 8 is right.
X
When
minus
8 is subtracted for a certain number, like call that certain number X. So it'll be X minus 8, right? When 8 is subtracted from a certain number, would be X minus 8. And then they say the result of whatever I get here is multiplied by 2, and the answer is 21.
Say it's
right?
multiplied by 3, not 2.
By 3, sorry. Where I get 2 from? I do that to see who has fallen. Right, so what we doing here? We're going to do the same thing we just did.
3.
The carried is 3 here
3
and
by
divided,
3.
right? So X minus 8 is equal to 21 divided by 3, which would be 7.
7.
Carry the 8 here, and you will
Add.
add. So 8 plus 7 would give me 15.
15.
Right, we're going up. Moving up. Ooh, I see that matrix question, you kind of thing. Right, 1 minute.
I
Well, let's
swear
see.
that T looking like a 1.
Yeah, I know. So let me go. They said x is equal to -2, y is equal to 3, and t is equal to 2. So if we were to substitute in these things, we will get -2 over y, which is 3, all to the power of 2. Now this power outside here applies to both numerator and denominator. So this will be equal to -2 squared over 3 squared. -2 squared will be +4. 3 squared will be +9.
6. No,
Right?
9.
4 over 9 will be my answer here. Everybody good there? You're scrolling down. Are we going there, Ruja? Too much space again, true.
Yeah, true, sir.
Nice. Now I know my form 3s and 4 that in here never did matrices, but I still had to do it become a form 5s here. So let me just go through it, right? Refer the following, items 27 and 28, which means numbers 27 and 28, refer to the following matrices, 2 matrices, P and Q. So this matrices here is actually what we call a 2 by 2 matrix, right? 2 rows, the rows run across, 2 rows, and then 2 columns. The columns run up and down, right? So you have 2 columns. So this will be a 2 by 2 matrix. That's what we call it, right? Rows by columns, right? Rows by columns at all times, right? Then here, how much rows we have here? Who can tell me how much rows we have here?
3.
Boom. So this is a 3 by, let's how many erase this.
A.
How much columns?
4 columns.
Oh.
4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? A 3 by 4 matrix. That's the order of that matrix, right? But that's actually the question for part number 27. They want the order of the matrix, right? So the order, let's put in red here. Order, write it, order of a matrix will be given by the rows multiplied by the columns. Right? That's how you write it. The amount of rows by the amount of columns. That's the order of your matrix. Right? So 3 rows, 4 columns, right? So my answer here would be A. Right? Now, the next number actually applies to this matrix too. So let me see what they're asking for in the next one. The determinant of P being the first matrix is, now for those who don't know what determinant is, let me just give you a quick little thing here. So determinant of a matrix, and we'll call our matrix, like we call it matrix common A, common B, common C, common D, right? That's the matrix we're talking about. So the determinant of this matrix would be equal to A multiplied by D minus B multiplied by C. That's how simple this is. The determinant of a matrix, which is common A, common B, common C, common D, you're multiplying the top left by the bottom right, and then the top right by the bottom left, and you minus them. Simple as that. Proper thing. So let me write down what P was, right? So P was actually, let me see what P is. 8675. 8675. So you're multiplying the top left by the bottom right. Okay? So this is the determinant of P. When we write the determinant, by the way, you put it in 2 straight lines like this, right? That means the determinant of P. So it's going to be top left, which is 8 multiplied by 5 minus 6 multiplied by 7. 6, 7.
So no.
Sir, I said that.
No, please.
So please don't ever do that again. Please.
Kill it all, let him like, what's that? Kill it all, let him like, he got by. There we go. So 8 by 5 would be 8 5s are 40. 8 by 7 6s are
42.
42.
so my determinant would be how much?
-2.
Negative
2. B. Right? Everybody good there? Proper thing.
Sorry for leaving to come at this now, but
Yeah, no
was
problem.
taking trouble, so I say I said the books.
All right. Hey, my form 4s Sunday 12 to 2 are doing online multiple choice again. That's the next time I do multiple choice. If you want to come in, they could come in again, right? I will send the link for you. My form 4s who here? Form 3s and 4s. Right, let me roll.
So what time?
12 to 2.
All right.
Yeah. I'll send you link in the group. That's our next multiple choice session, so they could come in and follow one. It's how we roll into the vectors thing here, boy. Others do not to see no, but look all down here, they could do, but there's some vectors here. That's nothing. Let me do it, all will understand it. I show my form 4s, my form 3s and 4s going to understand this, right? There we go. Because they're very bright. Right. So, if the vectors P and Q are 3, 2 and negative 1, 4, respectively, then P minus 2 by Q would be equal to P is actually representing this vector here, right? So, instead of putting P, I'm going to put 3, 2. Everybody good there? Minus 2 by what is Q? What Q would be? If P is 3, 2, what Q is?
1 negative 1 4.
Proper. So it'll be negative 1 and 4, right? Points to note. This 2 outside the bracket here needs to be multiplied by every vector within, right? So this will be 3, 2, right? I'm going to put, instead of minus here, well, actually, I'll leave the minus there. But if we leave the minus there, multiplying 2 by negative 1 and 2 by 4. So 2 multiplied by negative 1 will be negative 2. And 2 multiplied by 4, 4 2s are 8. So when we work here, you're going to say 3 minus negative 2, which will actually be 3 plus 2. That will give you 5. And then 2 minus 8 will give me negative 6. So my answer here would be A. A is my answer. Everybody put in B. Nah, be wrong. A is my answer. Right, there we go. 30, where's Mr. 30? It only have 2 little vectors questions here and then. How vectors looking, Rudred? Look harder.
We did it in form 2, sir. So just had to revise it.
Understanding. All right, nice. Very good. Yeah, that's cool here and there's push. So let me go. Item 3 refers to the following parallelogram, right? W, who coming in my classes or that Cristiano, you probably get kicked out. Come back in. Right. So, yeah, item 30 refers to the following parallelogram W, X, Y, and Z. In the parallelogram, R is the midpoint of X, Y, right? So R is the midpoint here. Okay, that's the information they give us. Based on the information above, Z, R. So look at how vectors work, right? You want to move from Z to R. So I could actually draw a line here. You want to go from here to here. Z to R. That's where you want to go. So this would actually be, you're moving from Z to Y, okay? Or ZW, what do you have? That's right. Let me see what that's right. Hold on. All right. So we moving W. They use WX, guys. They want ZR, but they have WX. So WX is actually this vector here, which will be the same as this vector. So ZY is actually equal to WX. So that's what they use. So they move from W to X, which is Z to Y. So that will actually be this one. The answer will be this one or this one, right? And then we go from Y to R. Now, Y to R would actually be half of WZ. But what direction we moving? We're moving from W to Z, right? So what's something? If W to Z is the direction, that means X to Y will be the direction up here. So if you go from Y to R, you're going against the direction. So it'll be negative a half of WZ. So what CSEC did here is they actually tried to throw you off by, instead of using Z to Y and then Y to R, they use W to X and then they use W to Z.
So,
Yeah?
that putting money in CXC pockets?
No? They just
So
trying
then
to
why CXC doing that?
they stress all out. So they use WZ instead of XY, right? Just to stress you out. But that's okay. We're taking that stress. That's what we mean for. Right? So the answer here will be A. But we're going down here now, which is not a hard one. That's why I didn't tell my form 3s and 4s to leave yet. So look at this.
It's B.
B. All right, let me go. Item 31 refers to the diagrams of the square and the rectangle. Which of the following statements is true about the perimeter of the square and the rectangle? So we're dealing with perimeters, right? The perimeter here will be what, boy? 48.
48.
And the perimeter here will be what? 16 and 16 is what? 32. 32 plus 18 is what? 16.
Wait, I level do this. I forget to put the other 9.
I like that. Level. Now, don't say that way yourself, brother. That's forget. You gotta put in this, bro. So 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 18 would be 40, 50.
Yeah.
50 meters, right? Okay? So, perimeter of A is less than the perimeter of B. The answer is D. Perimeter of A is less than the perimeter of B. Everybody good there?
Yeah.
12 by 4 is 48. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 and 32 is 50. Right? So the perimeter of A is less than the perimeter of B. Let's go. Or 31 alone on the speech. Right, we have some nice question here, man. There we go. Everybody's supposed to be able to do this. Millimeters to meters, boy. How we doing this? Let me hear a little. Let me build it up now. We want to go from millimeters to meters.
To
Let me give all the
centimeters
information.
and centimeters to meters.
1 meter is how much equal to how much millimeters? How much you said?
1,000.
1,000, yeah. Because here, why does build it up, right? You know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And then you know 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So 1 meter is actually equal to 1,000 millimeters, right? I forgot a zero here. 1,000 millimeters. Okay? So if I want to go from millimeters back to meters, what do I do, guys? Do I divide or do I multiply? You're divided, right? So it's going to be 3,800, divided by 1,000, which means you're moving your decimal points 3 spaces to the left. So this will become 3.8 meters. B for bat. Everybody good there? B for bat. Going up. Right, we have the distance around the edge of a circular pond is 88 meters. The radius in meters is what? The distance around a circle is what, guys?
Circumference.
Circumference. The circumference, let me write this in red. Right, write it in red. The circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. That's the circumference of my circle. Write down that formula, please.
So it gonna be D.
What you get? D?
Yeah.
I go and equate them now, right? So I go and put 2 pi r is equal to 88 because it said the distance around is 88, right? So while moving here, my brothers and sisters, I can move these two things here.
Yeah.
And what you do with it when you carry there?
Divide.
Divide. My answer here would be T. Proper thing. This is what we're talking about. Although we are number 33, and still have questions I'll let you do. But form 3s and 4s here. Jelani, how are you doing? Jelani?
Yes, sir.
How are we going? You understanding?
Yes, I understand.
All right, let's go. Scrolling down. All right. Nice question here, boy. Real nice question. Loving this question. Soak it in. Again, only a minute to soak it in. Oh. Yeah.
So what the 4 centimeter for? The line in the middle going up?
The height.
Yeah, that look like the height. Yeah, correct, brother. Look at they write it on it there. They said the length of one side of the square is 5 centimeters, right? Hey, let's see they put the word square here. So if he has 5, all these bad boys is 5, eh?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Even the base here is 5, right? And they said the height of the triangle is 4. What is the total area of the figure? What's the area of the square?
25.
Right? For those who forgetting these things, area of a square, area of a square is equal to side multiplied by side, right? Somebody mic on. Amelia, your mic on. And then area of a triangle would be equal to base multiplied by height all over 2. Okay? So what's the base of my triangle here, right?
5.
5 multiplied by my height, which is
4 over 2.
4 all over 2. 5 by 4 is 20. 20 divided by 2 will give me 10 centimeters squared, right? Right, so the total area would be
35 squares.
35. Proper thing. Right? Some of form 5s, we doing paper 2s on Saturday. Saturday from 3 to 5 is paper 2. Saturday morning is normal. What we doing Saturday morning is statistics. We doing statistics Saturday morning.
So somebody message here.
In where the group or here? I see one star message come in the group.
On the corner. Somebody asks you about.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Chat close.
right on my phone. You see on my phone or here? Oh, come on. Phone, I had this TikTok up here, so I can't really watch the messages on my phone. All right, let go. The volume in centimeters cube of a cube of edge 3 centimeters is, what's the volume of a cuboid? You want to see that now? What's the volume of a cuboid? It's something like a cuboid. Right, so volume of cube is equal to, well, all the sides of a cube are the same, right? So side by side by side, which is 3 3s are 9. 9 3s would be
27.
27. Right? Let's go. The area of a rectangle is 53.6 centimeters squared. If the length is multiplied by 4 and the width is halved, the area would then be, so they say the area, I like to put a visual on these things, eh? You have a rectangle, right? They say the area of the rectangle is this. If the length is multiplied by 4, so you're basically multiplying the length by 4, right? And the width is half. So the width is actually divided by 2. Then the area would now be, so watch it. If you multiply by 4 and then divide by 2, come like it as multiplied by 2. What goes so? Something like it fall. 53.6 multiplied by 2. How did I get 2? If I multiply by 4 and then divide by 2, it comes like I'm just multiplying by 2, right? What you get here? The answer had to be C. I didn't even need to work out that. The answer is C. All right? Proper thing. Nia, how it looking?
Sir, good.
Azika again, true? In here, Azika tall boy. All right, let go.
Yes, sir. I good.
All right, nice. Aliana, what team you on? Aliana? I hear you. The winning team, girl. The winning team. Let me go. So on leaving Trinidad, the time on a pilot's watch is 2300 hours. When he arrived at his destination in the same time zone on the next day, his watch showed 300 hours, right? How many hours did the flight take? So if you leave 2300 hours and you reach 300 hours, how much hours that taking? That's dog food.
4.
How much hours in a day? 1, and then you take 3 hours in the next day. So 4. 4 is my answer.
So you know, say that 1 hour in a day?
I said 24 hours in a day, which means there's 1 more hour after the 23, bro. And then you had 3 hours in the next day. So that lag cause problems, say, boy.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Hey, boy, my battery going dead in this phone, boy. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let me just get my battery. Oh, let's try this one by me, man. Let's go for my charger. Try this quick. Dog food, eh? That's dog food.
I say 1, eh?
Right, let you go. Right, so item 38 refers to the diagram, the trapezium, right? The area of the trapezium above is, who can remind me what the formula for the area of a trapezium is by? All these things you get in on your formula sheet, But let me tell you something. Once you're prepared for this exam the right way, these things will be committed to memory. So area of trap. Make that bad, boy. What's the area of the trapezium?
A plus B all over 2 multiplied by height.
Proper. Right? Or half of A plus B by height, right? Okay? This actually comes in your formula sheet, right? So, what's A? A and B would be your parallel sides, right? So there'll be a half of A plus B, which will be your two parallel sides in 18, and 8 to be your two parallel sides, right? So 8 plus 18 would be 26. And then you still have to multiply by the height, which is 5. Half of 26 is what? 13? 13 by 5. Right? 5 trees are 15. And then you're adding 1 here. 1 5 is 5 and 1 is 6. 65 centimeters squared. Right? Everybody should have had that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Beautiful questions, boy. Real nice questions here. I thought by the 30th questions we would have reached we peak, but what's nice questions here. There we go. Item 39 and 40 refer to the following histogram, which shows the number of children aged 4, 5, and 6, and 8 who took part in a survey, right? So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? These are their ages, and these are the number of children. What is the modal age? Which age occurred the most?
7.
What is the modal age? 7, dog food, right? 7 would be your modal age. That age actually had how many children having this age, right? We had 5 children having this age, right? So your modal age would be 7, not 5. 5 is not the mode. 7 is the mode. How many children took part in the survey? How many children took part in the survey? Let me add now. How many children here?
15, sir.
Wait, let me show them. How many children had an age of 4?
3.
Yeah, 3.
3 plus
4.
plus wait,
six,
also 5 there. Plus 2 plus 5
5
plus 1. When you add it up, what you get?
15.
15.
We get 15?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, 15. So we ain't sticking. Talk to the food. Median, let me go. Boom, bang. We're looking for the middle number. Boom, bang. Boom, bang. Boom, bang. So we have 6 and 7 in the middle. So to find the median here, it'll be...
Stop! No! No!
Stop, no.
Hey, this was June. June 2018. This wasn't even a thing then. It wasn't even a thing.
It's really dead.
So that is blight. Don't do that.
6 plus 7 will be what? 6 plus 7 is 13.
13.
13
13.
6 and a
divided
half.
by 2 will be
6.5.
6 and a half, right? It's 6. We're really dead. Oh, God. Right, let me see how good
So
it
what's
is.
the answer?
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, you gotta add 6 and 7. You get 13. 13 divided by 2 will be 6 and a half or 6.5. Oh, what's going on? This mad question here, boy. Right, let me see. Wait. Shift, boy, man. Think shift. All right. When 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, the possible outcomes are heads, 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 tail, head, tail, heads, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, 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 right? These are all the possible outcomes when you flip a coin, right? In Trinidad, we just say what? We just say birds are numbers, but in America, the actual American coins would be a head on one side, and well, I ain't sure on the next side, they say tails, but it have a tail, but they have an American coin, they could have checked. Anyway, let me go. Where H represents the head and T represents the tail, right? A tail. What is the probability of randomly obtaining at least 2 heads? How many outcomes have, first of all, when I say the word at least, when I say this great word, at least.
Greater than or equal to.
Excellent. So at least means 2 or more, right? 2 or more heads, right? So 2 or more heads, which ones that will be? 2 or more heads will be this, that's 1.
4.
This, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So there'll be 4. The probability of 2 or more heads will be greater than or equal to 2, right? Probability of 2 or more heads will be 4 out of how much?
8.
How much is the possible outcomes?
8.
8.
8 is 8?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was 6. 8. I thought it was 6. So 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 8 would be 2. My answer would be C. I see TikTok that says C long time. Very good, tiki-toki. All right, let you go. Moving at good speed here. Right, what's going on here? Six other students write an exam. The probability of randomly selected students failing the exam is 1/5. All right. There we go now. 600 students write an examination. The probability of a randomly selected student failing the exam would be 1/5. How many students actually pass? So basically, how many students we expect to fail will be 1/5 of 600, which will be what, 120?
120.
Right.
Yeah.
So 120 would be how much I expected to fail. So how many would be expected to pass?
600 minus 120 is 480.
Which will be 480. Isaiah, I see you put A in the earlies. This is the fine print test how to read. They never ask how much I expected to fail, how much I expected to pass. 1/5 of 600 will tell me how much it would be expected to fail. Right? Let me work. Got nothing else here, right? Woohoo! So here it is. At this point, if the form 3s and 4s want to leave, y'all could go ahead. Right? I will send already message for Sunday if all want to come in, or they could come in, right? From 3s and 4s. Are we going into the big league now? Right? So I'll see all you. If all want to go, they could stay if all they want, or they could stay if all they want, right? But if all they want to go, or they could go ahead, right? So let me go.
Alright, sir, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye. I'll see you all.
Bye,
Right, let me go. So item 44 refers to the following diagram, right? Which shows the cumulative frequency polygon of the lengths in meters of 20 fish that are caught by 2 fishermen, right? 20 fish that are caught by 2 fishermen. So the interquartile range of the lengths of fish is, so interquartile range would actually be, right? Let me write that here, interquartile range will be equal to your upper quartile, which is Q3, minus your lower quartile, which is Q1, right? Your interquartile range will be Q3 minus Q1. Q3 being your upper quartile, right? Now, if you have 20 people in all, 3/4 of 20, when we line it up on the x-axis, we'll find the length that would be the upper quartile, right? So 3/4 of 20 would actually be what by 3/4. I'll put it working here. So Q3 would actually be this position, right? 3/4 multiplied by 20, which will be 15, right?
Yeah.
So we're going across here with 15. Let me put Q1 one time. Q1 would be 1/4 of 20, which would be 5, right? So we're looking for the 5th child, and we're looking for the 15th child to find out what Q1 and Q3 would be, right? So this is how we good. I'm going to zoom in. All right. So watch it. Line. So we go in here, bang. What is it looking like by 3. I would say it's 3.67. 3.7. Here will be 3.7, right? And then for not ink, hold on. Then for 5, is 1.2. Everybody agree with me? I don't know, sometimes these things just hurt my eye, boy. So everyone here this is 1.1, this will be 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 going up the road, right? Here in the middle, here will actually be 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 going up the road, right? Everybody good there? So let me see what it's lining up with down here. The interquartile range would be Q3, which would be 3.7 minus 1.2. And what we'll get? 2.5 meters. The answer would be C. Right? The answer would be C. Shanella, you get all these things, Shanella?
Yes.
All right, nice. Okay? Write on when you need to write on, please. Right, we go into 45. Let's see what's going on here. Which of the following diagram best illustrates a function, right? So a function is 1-to-1 or many-to-1, right? So we're checking to see which one will be 1-to-1 here. None. So now we need to see which one will be many-to-1. This one here. So I think I have it wrong then. So it's 1-to-1. Our function is 1-to-1 or 1-to-many, by. Hold on, guys. Let's confirm that. Let's confirm that. More than one of these O's go into one on the side, right? So this will be many-to-1, right? Okay, guys?
So I will say 9. Yes.
Yeah. No shocks look 1-to-1 down here. Look, these 1-to-1. These 1-to-1. See 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. So D's the answer. 1-to-1. I got glitch on that functions question, yes? Is 1-to-1. So that means it will be the next one. It should be too many. Right, yeah. Okay, so we're going down.
So
Talk to my bro.
if it wasn't 1-to-1, right? You were saying it had to be 1-to-many, right? Why does C wouldn't that be a viable answer as well?
Nah, it's not one to many, you know. So what's something? Is 1 to 1 and many to 1. But what's going on with this one? 1 to 1 and many to 1. This is not many to 1 actually. Because what's something? You have 2 going to 1 here, which is many to 1, right? But then what's something? You have 1 going to many. So this one here, B, is actually many to many, which can never be a function. Right? So it would be D. D is the only possible one here. Right?
Right, thank you.
There is no many to 1 here. I seen 1 to many, I seen many to many, and I seen 1 to 1. Right? So we move in. The equation of a line which passes through 0, 5 and has a gradient of 4. So the equation of a line is in what form, guys? The equation of a line is in the form, let me hear you. Proper thing. Y is equal to mx plus c, right? But there's actually an equation that I use to find the form, right? I give you all y minus y1 is equal to m open brackets x minus x1, right? That actually helps you to find out what c is, right? So x1 and y1 will be these two coordinates here, and your gradient would be 4. So it'll be y minus 5 is equal to 4 by x, which is 0. X is x. X1 is 0, right? So this will be y. You're going to carry the minus 5 on this side. When you multiply 4 by x, you'll get 4, and 4 by 0 is 0. So there'll be 4x on this side. So y is equal to 4x plus 5, which will be c. Okay? Y is equal to 4x plus 5. Right? So remember, there's some points to note. This is your formula to find the form. Right? And what's your form? This is your form. This is the form for equation of a line. Right? Proper thing. So we move in again. Well, don't fall asleep there now. Go in. I know the time is 7, boy. Let me see if we can at least reach 50, and Sunday we'll finish up the rest Sunday. I don't want to keep all it too long. You all know that you only have an hour and a half to finish this paper, eh? Right? Hour and a half. Right, so the graph of the inequality in the diagram is defined by, once it is a circle that is not shaded, your node cannot be less than or equal to, your node cannot be greater than or equal to, right? And we are going in what direction? Are we going to the less than direction or the greater than? Less than. Once this circle is not shaded, it will be less than, not less than or equal to. So this will be represented by x is less than 1.
Fresh.
Right? Proper thing. So let us reach the 50. We'll finish out the next 10 on Sunday. And we'll go to our next paper. Right. So 48, item 48 refers to the following graph of a straight line. Right? We have the graph of a straight line, right? So the gradient of AB in the graph above is, what's the formula for gradient, by? So like when I write in all these formulas, I think you all don't need to do these things, eh?
Y2
Gradient
minus
common M is Y2 minus
y1 over x2 minus x1.
Right, so what's the coordinates of A here? What is the x value?
1.
1, you sure?
2.
2.
Shit.
2 comma, what is y?
1.
1. Coordinates of B. What is X?
6.
6. What is Y?
3.
Right, so we go in. So Y2 would be 3 minus Y1, which is 1, over X2, which is 6, minus X1, which is 2. And this here will be 3 minus 1 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 4 is 2. This will be 1/2. Right? Okay. 49 and then 50, and then we get out of here. All right. We'll finish the rest some other time. There we go.
So we do 48.
Been done 40 already?
No, 47.
48
Do
there.
that. Oh,
Yeah, 48 is D.
oh, so let me see 47.
47 is A. Yeah, X is less than 1. So there you go. So we have 2x squared minus 1, right? 2x squared minus 1, and we want to find f of negative 3. It simply means we are replacing this x here with negative 3. So this will be 2 by negative 3 squared minus 1. This will be 2 by negative 3 squared is 9, positive 9. 2 by 9 minus 1. 9 2s are 18. 18 minus 1 is 17.
17.
Right? And last question for the evening. Right? They said the maximum point for this curve, which is actually the point at the top of the mountain. What are the coordinates of this maximum point here, my children?
4.
4.
The coordinates of the maximum point is 4.
2, 4.
2, 4. Thank you. 2, 4. Right? Which is D. So guys, we back at it from Saturday morning. I'll see you all, right? Online people, all the online face-to-face people, we face-to-face, right? So I'll see you all on Saturday morning. Take care of yourself. Talk to my brother.
So 49 was C and 17.
Yeah, 49 was C, yeah. All right. Right, guys, so I'll see you all on Saturday morning. TikTok, just look out for the live TikTok. Or make sure and follow me. And all that see the lives popping up. Wait, people say nice class. That we talk about. Proper thing.